my own experience in ministry has been one of constant adventure and surprise at what God has opened up for me. And it seems to me that that's a really good place to start when you're thinking about vocation and where you might serve. Now, in my small experience in the diocese in Europe, is that there are adventures aplenty. The chaplaincies are in such amazing contexts, diverse, often demanding, but always with the potential for real creativity and with a diversity of people coming together into community, which I think is quite remarkable and really worth considering in terms of the opportunity for ministry.
I mean, I think the interesting thing about the diocese in Europe is we're probably the most, clergy-wise, we are probably the most diverse diocese in the Church of England. If you look at where our clergy come from, we have clergy from, I would think, again, every continent, realistically. I mean, it's not unusual for me to have a conversation with somebody who was in the church in the Philippines or in India or, Sri Lanka, these, America, and, so Canada, I'm trying to think, Canadians, Americans, we have so many diverse clergy across the diocese, which makes, when we gather and we do get together, albeit quite often, virtually, you get to see the world in a much different, in a different way. It's like a kaleidoscope, and it's beautiful.
All the chaplains are in very unique positions. So wherever you feel called to be a chaplain in a diocese in Europe, they are all very individual and places. So and it's basically I feel that what's needed from the clergy in a diocese in Europe is the willingness to be kind of like immigrant yourself in a place that is not necessarily, you don't know it, you might not know the language, so there's that bit that are you willing to give some time to learn the basics, because it's helping to settle down. So, but I find that it's at the same time the vastness of the biggest diocese in the Church of England, I think we are, in terms of the geography. So it's at the same time it's just wonderful, and it's you have options to visit the Deanery Synod in Germany or Iceland or wherever.
Working in the diocese in Europe, I think you probably need to have experience of working in parishes somewhere before, because some of those difficulties that are observed within parish systems can be amplified in a small community who are diverse. And so you do need some particular skills, interpersonal skills. And they're best honed, I think, in the UK or, maybe in the wider church, where there is a really good support mechanism where you can go and talk to your area dean or your archdeacon, or you've got a colleague you can just say, I need to go and walk the dog with you, please, because I need to unburden myself. But once that's happened, I think the diocese in Europe offers fantastic opportunities to understand what it means to be a diverse church in a changing age, really. You do need to be a pragmatist. You have to understand that, what worked in a parish in the UK doesn't necessarily translate to working in a chaplaincy, in my case, in a rock in the middle of the Atlantic. So you have to be a bit pragmatic about what you do and accept that. And, by the grace of God, we tread a fine path to make faith accessible for everybody. There's quite a lot of pastoral work. There's a lot of just listening to people, lots of couples retired out here, and then one of them dies, and they feel they need to re-establish themselves as individuals and how that works and everything else. So yes, we do a lot of listening.